Grab your favorite drink. Sit back and relax. You're chilling with Hex Asians. With your host, Crypto Vince, Uncle Kevin Hex, and Middle Class Working Man.
Hex Asians? Nice.
Konnichiwa! Konnichiwa! Emotional damage. Give me sushi!
Hello, good morning, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome to another episode of the Hex Asians with me, Dr. Dheeraj More. If you guys can, if there was someone watching and would let me know if my voice is clear, that would have been a great help. But I guess there is nobody is watching right now. So if I do hope some people will watch this on replay. I know there is a replay gang on YouTube. Uh, oh yes, we have one viewer, Ahmad Nabil. Good evening, and he says he's back in Singapore. Uh, I hope you enjoyed your trip in the Philippines. And so good to know you are safe home back home. The weather, I think it has been much better here. So no typhoons, so no risk of air travel as much. But hey, all good to know. And thanks for letting me know that my voice is clear. So I didn't have any specific topic to discuss. So that's why the title was to be decided, but I wasn't able to decide it on time. I am on a train after work, so I can't join the stream. Hey, it's okay. I don't look. The original founders of this channel don't join the stream, so I don't expect anybody else to join the stream. But it's always nice to have company. Uh, but hey, it's good that at least I know that somebody is listening. That's at least a consolation prize for me. Uh, Before and with that, like, let me go. You know, Monday is the only day I actually look at the hex price. Oh, how the tables have turned or how things have changed. I remember about 2 years ago, right around this time, everybody was stuck to their uh, Staker app or whichever portfolio, wherever you saw your crypto portfolio, refreshing each day. Now, all I see is pain. But no, I haven't given up hope yet. Let's see. Let me bring up the chart. Where is that? Where is that? So this is the Hex USD. No. This is the hex to pulse chart calculated in USD. The daily Heikin-Ashi, it is still bearish. I don't know how long will the selling continue, but on the daily, the MACD is kind of moving towards the positive side. Like eh, I can't draw lines. The oh, I forgot. The histogram is the bars of the histograms are getting smaller, which is good when it's on the negative side. Uh, and the MACD lines, even though they are, yeah, they look more or less parallel. When you so we don't know whether it will still go lower or higher, mm, for how long. But if you look on the weekly charts or look a little better, the Bollinger Bands are contracting and the MACD is still, yeah, going parallel. So all in all, it kind of signals the price staying in this range, which is okay. Like as long as it does not drop further, which is not unlikely, I would say. Because the thing is, now I feel like I jinx the price every time. Like every time I say something positive, the price goes down. So I'm not going to do that. Whereas, yes, there is the other chart which I also X chart which I also like to look at. This is the X on Ethereum chart, Pulse V2. I think it is the longest ongoing chart. That looks a bit more positive. The MACD has crossed over on the daily, and even though like and there is a kind of an uptrend which we don't know whether it will continue. The Bollinger Bands are still not like collapsing or converging or diverging. So hope we say the price will go up from here for at EX, mm, mm, which it has kind of done. But on the weekly chart, the price looks much better. Oh, yes, I was engrossed in looking at the chart. I just saw Tintop, who has joined the live stream. Good to see you, Tintop. And we have a couple of other listeners or viewers. Hey, don't be shy, guys. Please say a hi in chat, or if you have any questions or comments. Uh, I'm just going through the our tea leaf reading for the hex charts. But anyways, where was I? Yeah, the weekly. mm, it kind of looks a flat line, which is okay as I, which can be a bottom signal. Uh, but yeah, so that's could it be a bottom signal? We never know, but hopefully, we if we stay in this range, I'm kind of happy. Like there is, if you are a liquidity provider, the EX hex ratio is also kind of stable. Hex price being stable. If you are a liquidity provider or a staker, uh, price remaining, you are making more profit when you are when the remains stable. So all that is good. Other than that, last week has been kind of wild. Those who have been like so active in the Hex community must have already heard about Kareem. He generated enough donations to pay for his bail. The saga still continues. The how long will it take to get him out of what's that? Caicos, Hex and Caicos. Uh, Turks and Caicos is the island where he is stranded. He hopefully will be out and we'll get more details. But yesterday, that is Sunday, there was a huge Twitter space going on where who's the person who is kind of being the link between the Hex community and Karim right now, Yoon Anderson. He was there doing an AMA kind of, uh, and I have like uh, he is not stranded. Is a I want I wanted to. It's a euphemistic term I wanted to use because he isn't stranded. He is in prison. Uh, I, so he was able to post the bail money. So I think he can move about. We still haven't heard from exactly what's going on, but the saga still unfolds. We'll find out. But like there is still going to be a big case regarding it. There was yesterday there was like an I don't know how many 8 hours space with in total, but yeah, first half that was I think a couple of hours that was Yoon Anders explaining all the things that is going on. How I think like one good thing that may have come out of the community is there was, even if for the hate, some of it was for the hate. The Kareem incident did bring out some unity in the community, which is always a good thing. I am in no position to donate right now. All my crypto funds are staked. Oh, MHSO, I didn't know about it. I don't really follow any ex-influencer on Twitter. Oh, you are truly blessed. Good thing that you don't. So Karim apparently he was carrying some contraband, or to be exact, um, ammunition, live ammunition, uh, which he claims he was holding on to for his friend. While and it was in his luggage while cross when he landed on the Turks and Caicos airport. So he was reprimanded by the authorities there, and apparently there are. He is not the only first case or the only case that has happened in the past few years. And he had asked for like he asked for his friend asked for help, and the friend has asked for help on Twitter. And like always, the Hex community, a few whales have donated. So good for him. Hopefully, he'll be free. we'll keep an eye on it. But after that happened, then there was I wanted to say uh, like locusts to a crop would be a kind of an euphemistic uh, or a appropriate example, or maybe flies to shit. Like once uh, a Twitter space becomes or has a certain number of viewers, you know, a gang that piles on eh, on Twitter, like disgusting. Like yeah, always trying to like the thing is, I know I'm in kind of a Twitter echo chamber. Like I follow a very few people, so but when I go into these spaces, I see certain faces who are always there, and apparently, yeah, when you are having a coin in your name that is not hex, you are going to be shilling that token, which I like. What what's going on in the space? What are you trying to do there? Like the whole space was to help Karim, to clear out the issues because yeah, like even I have said, I am still skeptical. I don't know whether or not he needs the help or we like I cannot verify it. So, and right, I am not in the position to do anything about. But my thing was, yeah, just stop. It's like when there is an accident on the road, you should either you stop and help or just drive forward. You don't have to be, you shouldn't be blocking others from trying to help. Yeah, you can say it, what if it is a scam, but eh, from what I've heard so far, if that is so, then it is a very uh, kind of mastermind might have crafted it. But anyways, hopefully that issue clears out. But eh, after that, but there was, yes, after that there was Matty Allen and his he was trying to explain his rugging of the Matty token liquidity, and I wanted to jump into the space, but sadly my internet, like just when I wanted it, but maybe it was a sign or a good thing that, yeah, maybe I might have said something on that space that may not have been very gentlemanly, but like one thing I know for sure, like he's oh, oh. So yes, Ahmad Nabil Matty Allen created a token about 2 months ago, and there was an airdrop. There was apparently when it launched, there was around $80,000 of uh, liquidity, and then after 1 or 2 days, that whole liquidity was removed, and now there is like $2,000 in liquidity. Yes, we have our deck screener available. Let's see if I can bring that chart. I never looked at the token. Let's see here. Mm, minus 51% in the day. That is just on the e- wrapped pulse or paired with pulse. So Like, yeah, that's the token everybody has, and they are bonding their liquidity to. Oh man, that is kind of making pumping pulse price a bit difficult. But yeah, these things play out as there is no need to worry. Yeah, see, two, only $2,000 in liquidity. Now this is V2. That means only here is the deal. Like, let me bring the chart as well. Like, people talk about liquidity, but I will tell the I can amazing chart, amazing from here. Like, wait, it started at around $1,000. Am I getting this right? How come? Oh, apparently there was. I don't know whether this is the right token or not. There is $1,000. It started from $1,000 and now it is $2. Wait a minute. I think this is a different. I, yeah, I think this is a different token or no, the token is the same. It was actually hmm. So it was actually started. Oh, where is this? Ahmad Singh. I got rugged on the beetroot token. Learned a bitter lesson. Yes. You see, I have made some shady or stupid buys as well, but uh, it was like I kind of knew what I was getting into. It wasn't much of money, so but it still hurts like when you lose money. I get it, I get it. Uh yeah. $8. I don't understand this. Mm, oh, this is on 9 mm. This is stupid. The charts look crazy. Uh, uh, you can see transactions here. $2. Crazy. So he was trying to explain how he actually did a good thing by removing all the liquidity. Now the price can be pushed up higher. Like, what I've learned is, yeah, he's a excellent gaslighter. He whenever he is pushed back here, oh, you are only assuming that you are kind of you are. What was the other term? You think that because it's kind of contraintuitive, but uh, crazy. Like, he was saying, yeah, because liquidity was lower, people were able to sell at a profit because the price went higher. Bro, that math ain't mathing. Like you can't do that. You uh, yeah, unless like yeah, if you got the airdrop for free, then yes, it is possible. But if you bought at a lower price, then you probably won't have enough buy side liquidity to sell all your tokens in profit. And when you sell, you push the price down by your sell order. That's how slippage works, and people don't understand these. Either people don't understand this, or they are being willfully ignorant, or maybe they are just ignorant. But nobody, like I was listening, nobody could like argue with him regarding this. It's simple math, man. X into y is equal to k. With that simple formula, everything comes easy. But hey, why am I even bothering with this? Those who bought those tokens, I hope you can recover your money. I, if it is good for you, like I have learned. I think I've said this multiple times. If a token is aimed specifically at the hex community, more than likely it will go down to not exactly zero, but to very close to zero. If not now, then very soon, because uh, we have watched it play that way across like 4 years, almost 5 years now. So I don't even bother. Uh, the other thing, I guess, yeah, last week there was a crash in the stock market. I wasn't aware of why it happened, and you know how quick inter like it's called trend hopping. Like once one thing goes viral, like all the influencers start talking about it, and yeah, influencers on YouTube, everybody was giving their own explanation, but the major part of it was like, yeah, Japan changed their interest rate policies. I didn't know they were offering negative interest rates in Japan. That's um like, and they changed it from negative to positive. So apparently, a lot of positions had to be closed. Or a lot of people got margin calls, I guess. So that caused a kind of a crash, because that money was ultimately invested in the US stock market. So they borrowed from Japan and are gambling in the US stock market, where they got a margin call. Oh, and once that happens, the liquidation cascade is kind of crazy. Just like what happens in the what was it? Short squeeze. The opposite of that is a liquidation cascade. Yeah, I assume. Um, I'm still trying to find the uh, real reason. I don't know. Well, at least it was part of the reasons for other thing. Warren Buffett unloaded his share of Apple stock, uh, and they did. I didn't know that they changed the name of the Fang stocks. Previously it was called Fang. Facebook, Apple, Alphabet, no, not Alphabet, Netflix, Google, and oh, I think there was another. I think it was double A, or I think Amazon was included, but either way, now they changed it to the Magnificent Seven. I think it includes Meta and uh, Apple and Amazon. I think Tesla was removed from it recently. So, but yeah, that is the thing. All these stocks, Magnificent Seven, are all on what you can say, mm, in all funds, like mutual funds, hedge funds. They have a sizable post. All passive investment firms. They have uh, a huge chunk of these stocks. So what happens when one stock goes down? There is uh, it pulls the other stocks down with it, and once these goes down, uh, yeah, margin calls. When there are margin calls, like, there is panic selling. There is mm, plus with that. So there was a mainly, yeah, there was a retail kind of panic selling, which is also kind of what people do in how the stock market works in general. Nobody like wants to sell at a loss, but uh, that's how the hands of retail investors are forced to sell. Uh, so that's at least my logic behind the stock market crash a week ago. Mm, we'll find out later what happened, but there was kind of a V bottom recovery. Plus, now there are now the Feds are saying that there is a fear of recession, or we are entering a recession, which I think we already were in. Like there were already huge layoffs, etc. But now, uh, like they literally had to change the definition of recession to say that we are not in a recession. But now I guess they can't even hide that. So the Feds are planning to do some rate cuts, but I think it 0.75% or 75 basis points. But it's not yet confirmed. We will find out. And I think there was a rate cut in the last FOMC meeting. So that is also something that needs to be like the market needs to adjust to that. So yeah, if loans become cheaper, uh, more money will be flooding in. And so hopefully some of it will trickle into crypto, which it already is, and from Bitcoin to Ethereum to altcoins. That's how the market cycle goes, and if it goes as the previous cycles, hopefully we will see another all-time high for Pulse Chain in and Hex by mid-May next year. That is my what you call projection or prayers. Other than that, there is also I wanted to do a kind of a book review, or rather, I listened to a podcast of a book or a webinar, webinar slash podcast of a new book release called Fiat Communism, uh, which sorry, not Fiat Communism, Fiat Socialism, where the author, uh, and I laughed so hard, and I wanted to like point out all the crazy things the author is trying to say. Maybe I'll do that on a different stream. But with that, like the other thing I want, because along with that, like, there is this the one example I want, like the author was talking about like job guarantee, like and uh, trying to have like 100% employment, which I am kind of against. I, there is this. I love that work. It's called the bullshit jobs, a phenomenon. Like the work of David Graeber. Like more than half of the jobs that we are currently there is like are not actually productive. Why do you want people working on useless jobs? But that is a different tangent. Uh, uh, and I also wanted to point out at the yeah big tech or tech sector there have been a couple of companies that have downsized the past quarter, I would say, like huge layoffs, and there was kind of that is what is like causing the concerns for a recession. But from my theory is it's all a part of the cycle, because most companies, especially in the US, like they are hire and fire. What they do is they hire uh, like 10 people, and then they will ask them to do the job of 12 people, and then try to reduce even that to how many minimum people are required to can get the job done. Plus, there is this. I haven't come up with a term for it. Like, there is technological deflation where things like machine production becomes cheaper when as time goes on. That is called technological deflation. But like it's cheaper to produce an iPhone now than what it was like in 10 years ago. This if you yes, if we consider the original iPhone, even more less accurate, but even like we have better technology which makes you know mm, production even cheaper. Like that, there is something I want to call uh, how should I put it? Knowledge deflation or skill deflation, which means like as you work on a particular job, you get good at the job, and so you are taking less time to do the job. That is unless you have some mentally incapacity or the job is like where you cannot optimize for time. Let us say flipping a burger. You cannot uh, a burger needs to cook for an x amount of time. You cannot do it any faster. Yeah, you can cut around times, like how skillfully you can do multiple burgers, but it's not. But yeah, some other tasks like for chopping vegetables, yes, that applies. When you are doing the same job for a couple of years or even a year, then your skill level improves, your speed improves. So what would have taken you 5 hours may take you four, and you, for the 1 hour that you save, you can be tasked other tasks, or maybe it reduces the number of employees, which is what usually happens. And I wanted to there is this old saying that it takes around 10,000 hours to master a skill. And if you consider it how much, if you consider it as a 40-hour working week, so how much would it take for a 10,000 hour is around 250 weeks, which is around 5 years. Um, so yeah, and that is what kind of corresponds with the unemployment cycle, by within in 5 years. 5 years is an extreme case, but even in 3 years you get good. You Most people are able to do the job of 12 two people, uh, at least in clerical stuff. So yeah, that's why, mm, if people are let go, this is my theory. I need to be working on it. I Maybe I will refine it even further. Uh, that is all I wanted to say. No any particular news that is going. Uh, I don't even have no in no news is good news, other than the Olympics are over. Yeah, people were distracted by the bread and circus enough. Oh, the funniest thing about the Olympics is, at least for me, was the breakdance competition. And there is this video circulating of a Australian competitor doing this weird dance, we call it Nagin. It's almost like a Nagin, what we call in India Nagin dance or snake dance. And they are applying weird music to it. I found it funny, not because of the dance itself, and they the thing that they even included breakdance as a Olympic sport. I find still funny. Like, imagine uh, someone 20 years ago, a telling telling your parents, I want to be a Olympic break dancer. Sounds crazy funny. Hottest news on YouTube is the Beast thing. Yeah, it's still ongoing. Yeah, they released a part two of the video, and that's also one thing I like. I want. It's like I said, it's kind of partly trend hopping. Like when people know that talking about something will there is a possibility of you going viral. Yeah, then everybody starts talking about it. uh, I watched the, yeah, second video as well. There is this what, Weddell, I think is Mark Weddell or something like that. His name is, he apparently, you like, from what he's saying, like, it's kind of, uh, it's kind of like, he was subjected to mental torture, like, if he had, like, that's the sad part of corporate culture, like, or showbiz in particular, like, when people have power over you, especially monetary power, it's kind of crazy that people are forced to do things. Not a really good thing for a Mr. Beast. Like, he hasn't given any rebuttals. He has put out, what is that? Cease and desist letters, but it's not. It doesn't look good. Let's see. That is also another drama. Will How long it will last, or we don't know. Hopefully, something will come out of it. Uh, but yes, because we were talking about YouTubers, uh, let me take a moment of silence to pray for the soul of the ex-CEO of YouTube, or what was her name? Let me just go. I am feeling sorry. She passed away from cancer. Suzanne Wozcicki? Wozcicki. I don't know. It's yeah. She passed away just yesterday. So mm, I hope she is a better place. But yeah, I will never. I will still hold a grudge for having removed the dislike button on YouTube. But and but yeah, it's sad to see her go away from cancer. Mm, Prayed. Anything can become a Olympic sport now. One day, see, online simping can be an Olympic sport. It is. It already kind of is. But hey, yeah, we never know. Like, I think they were already trying to add esports in, uh, as an Olympic sport. I think it was supposed to be there in the last Olympic Games, but maybe I think the proposal was put up by South Korea. Like, they have a, may have, she said, wait, she may like screw she may like screw up the YouTube, but then she died. So also, I can't talk bad about dead person. Yeah, yeah. In in death, everything, like, yeah, it's not good to say. And the thing is, eh, I was like, yeah, passing away of cancer. It's a hell of a experience. Like, so I don't want to say anything. But I think I wanted to maybe end on a positive note, but it's see the when the price is down, it's very difficult to do that. I still can't. I still don't have the energy. Yeah. So yeah, the 4 hour chart looks bullish. So yeah, maybe. Yeah. Esports as an Olympic sport is an bad idea, very bad idea. Yeah, that is why it is not included. But imagine if it were included, and it's like I don't know how many uh, no, at least Indian kids for sure they would be blaming their parents that, look, if you had let me play video games, I would have been in the Olympics. But maybe that is why it is not included. Uh, but, you see- but I think the esport hype is mm, kind of died down, or I don't think it, at least here, isn't much. And like what is happening in the gaming industry in general, it's uh, I hope you as are aware that there are strikes going on from in I think couple of gaming studios because of the use of AI, the what you call the voice actors as well as the motion capture actors who they are on a strike to fight against AI, use of AI, plus also like better wages, etc. Like so, gaming industry is kind of in a very bad situation. Plus, there are uh, couple of games that bombed. The recent one that came out was, or rather, expressed that they had lost haven't recovered the cost of making the game was Alan Wake 2. Plus, there is like, what was that? Assassin's Creed Yukong. It is also all in also like what what was it? Assassin's Creed game. It's also under fire in Japan, so I don't know how well it will do. But but DEI in like the uglification of games is kind of happening, and gamers are reacting. Uh, the online live chat when match is happening will be full of racial slurs, swearing at each other, at each other's mom, and the worst language emotes used in all of humanity. Like, bro, if you like, yeah, if you want to see actually toxicity or experience it, play Mobile Legends on a Filipino server. I have experienced it myself, and it kind of um, sucks you in. Like, I I I admit to being kind of toxic myself. Like, and like those games, like what are they called, MOBAs? They are kind of designed to make you enraged. because yeah, team sports where you can easily blame the other members of the team. That's what happens. Any, anyways, but things are happening. Hopefully, there hasn't been much of uh, any updates regarding Pulse Chain in particular or the Richard Hart lawsuit. So no news is good news. Hopefully everything will turn out fine. I will catch you guys next week. Hope same time. I will. Yeah. So yeah, I heard about that in Reddit. The shouting is insane. Like even yeah, yeah, you can turn off the mics, but uh, even with chat, it's like crazy. Like the things they say. Anyways, uh, anyways, thanks for joining. All my and I'll catch you next week. Next week.